In the mist-veiled town of Oakhaven, an air of mystery clung to every crumbling stone and weathered pathway, as if the fog itself guarded ancient secrets. Elara, a 12-year-old with luminous eyes shadowed by perpetual sorrow, wandered the narrow streets burdened by a cough that summoned the ethereal haze into her very being. From the earliest days of her childhood, whispers among the townsfolk spoke of an inexplicable connection between her fragile existence and the relentless mist that blanketed their lives each morning. The heavy, white shroud that drifted in with an almost sentient intent bore witness to long-forgotten legends and whispered warnings. In hushed tones, elders recounted eerie tales of a time when the very air was alive with purpose, a time when nature and myth danced as one. Now, in modern Oakhaven, a somber tranquility reigned, its quiet dread punctuated by inexplicable disappearances of the town's youngest souls. Amid the murmuring rumors and anxious stares, Elara remained an enigma, a solitary figure marked by fate, destined to unravel the truth obscured within layers of mist and sorrow. Her journey intertwined with the legacy of the fog, a silent force that both nurtured and devoured, demanding recognition of secrets long concealed beneath its ghostly veil. In this eerie tapestry of forgotten lore and supernatural dread, every gust of wind and shifting swirl in the fog seemed laden with meaning. The town, steeped in grim history and inexplicable happenings, awaited the unfolding of destiny as fate gathered its threads around the enigmatic girl in silent anticipation. Across the cobblestone alleys and ancient squares, hints of a malignant force revealed themselves through inexplicable details. Residents remembered how the missing children vanished like mist at dawn, leaving behind a peculiar, electrifying scent reminiscent of ozone that unsettled even the bravest souls. The town's aged citizens recounted memories of a time when the fog was merely a natural phenomenon, a benign veil woven over the land. Now, a sinister transformation had taken place, marking the delicate balance between nature and humanity with tragic loss. As dusk fell, the spectral whiteness encroached upon the village's heart, cloaking familiar landmarks in layers of ghostly glow. Shadows lengthened, and the whispers of ghosts and echoes of lost laughter filled empty corridors. Every abandoned playground, every silent street corner, bore witness to an unseen predator that had chosen Oakhaven as its hunting ground. Amid this creeping dread, the mysterious presence dwelled in every breath of air, unseen yet palpably oppressive. An unseen hand seemed to orchestrate a symphony of despair, conducting the slow unraveling of lives with relentless precision and chilling cruelty. In the stillness of each twilight hour, the atmosphere throbbed with a hidden power that unsettled both mind and spirit, forcing the town to confront the unimaginable truth lurking in the mists. A tangible dread escalated as each moment passed, filling every soul with trepidation. Every morning, as the pale light crept over crumbling rooftops, Elara awoke to the same relentless cough that set her apart from her peers. This cough, more than a mere symptom of fragile health, was as if the fog itself sought entry into her body, like an unwelcome guest daring to inhabit her fragile interior. In moments of solitude, she sensed the cool tendrils of mist sliding along her spine, a subtle reminder that the boundary between her inner sanctum and the otherworldly outside was thin, nearly non-existent. The sensation was both tormented and mesmerizing, an inexplicable bond that defied logic and provoked an ever-deepening loneliness. She found herself pondering ancient lore, piecing together myth and memory, questioning if her affliction bore the mark of a forgotten curse. Even as she navigated the lonely corridors of her own isolation, Elara observed the relentless fog swirling around her like an ethereal companion, both protector and predator. In the quiet hours of dawn, when the world still slumbered under the shroud of uncertainty, her thoughts wandered to the possibility that she was chosen by a force beyond mortal understanding. With every labored breath, the fog whispered cryptic messages into her soul, urging her to uncover secrets buried deep within Oakhaven's desolate history. In the sanctuary of solitude, a profound realization began to crystallize within her mind. The fog was not merely a force of nature, but a living memory of the town's unresolved enigmas, echoing through time with relentless determination. Its silent call promised answers in peril alike. Legends etched into the venerable stone of Oakhaven recounted eras when the fog served as both omen and guardian. Among the town's ancient chronicles, there were accounts of spectral apparitions emerging from the mist to guide wayward souls or to exact mysterious retribution on those who had strayed from an unwritten code. The faded pages of time bore witness to rituals and sacrifices that honored the capricious nature of the vapor, now a malevolent force in the present day. Within this amalgam of myth and faded memory, the missing children were not mere victims of random misfortune, but echoes of a cycle that had repeated through countless generations. Community records and whispered confessions suggested that the disappearance of innocence was intrinsically linked to the unpredictable pulse of fog and the subtle signals borne on its breeze. Through archaic symbols carved into ancient doors and time-worn walls, the town's history intimated that an unseen hand dictated a balance of life and sorrow. Much like a cryptic riddle, each piece of evidence, be it a lingering scent or a misplaced shadow, converged to form an eerie narrative that defied simple explanation. As the layers of mystery deepened, the atmosphere itself transformed into a canvas of fear, capturing every fleeting moment of loss and each vagrant touch of destiny. The ancient tales and haunting relics embedded in every corner of Oakhaven evoked a profound unease, merging the specter of bygone eras with the grim realities of the present, compelling hearts to shudder in silent acknowledgement beyond all reason. Within the labyrinth of her own thoughts, Elara began to comprehend a burden both extraordinary and harrowing. Each cough echoed like the toll of an ancient bell, resonating with the sorrows of unseen memories. The fog, that amorphous and relentless entity, no longer seemed a mere specter of nature but a sentient force intimately entwined with her destiny. In the quiet solitude of moonlit nights, as shadows danced upon the walls of her modest abode, she sensed that the mist was communicating ancient secrets, its language whispered through chills and tremors. A transformation was underway, a duality of existence wherein her mortal frailty fused with an otherworldly strength imbued by the fog. Her every movement became a silent dialogue of defiance against the inevitable pull of oblivion. The dichotomy of emotion overwhelmed her, terror at losing herself in the aerial embrace of the mist, and a deep, almost reverential awe at the possibility of transcending mortal limits. As she wandered along fog-shrouded pathways, her mind oscillated between despair and a burgeoning hope. A hope that understanding this cursed communion might grant salvation. The merging of soul and fog imbued her with a melancholic wisdom, a foreknowledge of trials yet to come. In her introspection, Elara uncovered a profound truth, that hers was a journey set upon a knife's edge, balancing between the abyss of desolation and the promise of rebirth. Her internal battle mirrored the external chaos, drawing her ever closer to an enigmatic destiny where sorrow and hope intertwined into an unbreakable resolve with grace. As twilight descended, the veil between the natural realm and the spectral grew perilously thin. The dense fog, already imbued with ancient whispers, took on an even more foreboding character. An omnipresent chill smothered the streets, seeping through cracks in stone and the hearts of even the most stalwart residents. Every gust of wind carried echoes of a forgotten past, stirring memories of ancient rituals, secret gatherings, and long-buried promises. The air vibrated with a tension that spoke of impending calamity, as if the very elements were marshalling for an unknown reckoning. Murmurs of dread swelled among the townsfolk, their apprehension deepening with every unexplained occurrence. Within this tumult, the presence of the fog became more palpable, its silent drift an ever-watchful sentinel over lives unraveling in real time. The oppressive haze obscured familiar landmarks, transforming them into unidentified specters haunting the dimly lit avenues. In this charged moment, the town was suspended between reality and myth, terror and contemplation. The creeping mist bore witness to the convergence of human frailty and elemental fury, marking a turning point where destiny was inexorably altered. An undercurrent of desperation flowed through every whispered rumor, every hesitant step, all under the unyielding influence of a fog that refused to be ignored. In the suffocating silence that followed, the world seemed to pause, each soul gripped by the foreknowledge of an impending storm. The air thickened with dread, binding the town's hopes and fears into a single, unbreakable thread. A silent promise of doom echoed throughout the night inevitably. Drawn by an irresistible pull, Elara ventured into the ancient woods that bordered Oakhaven, a realm where time itself seemed suspended. The forest, shrouded in the same spectral fog that haunted the town, exuded an aura of hidden knowledge and latent peril. With each tentative step along winding, leaf-strewn paths, she discovered signs of a forgotten tradition. Crumbled stone altars, inscribed with symbols that mirrored the enigmatic patterns of the mist, lay half buried among gnarled roots and twisted branches. The silence of the woods was profound, interrupted only by her measured footsteps and the distant rustle of unseen creatures. Every relic of the past stirred in her imagination echoes of ancient rites and somber ceremonies now lost to the ravages of time. In this solemn sanctuary, the very air whispered secrets of transformation and eternal cycles. The expedition into the depths of nature's library proved to be both a physical and spiritual odyssey, one that challenged her perceptions and demanded courage beyond her years. Amid the interplay of shadow and light, the forest revealed fragments of a narrative that transcended mortal storytelling, hinting at a convergence of fates woven by forces unseen. Each symbolic carving, each echo of a forgotten song, affirmed that her path was one among many threads in the intricate tapestry of destiny. The deeper she explored, the more every step resonated with cosmic significance, forging a bond with the ancient lore and revealing that the mysteries of the mist were inexorably linked to her own unfolding saga. Her journey was divinely ordained. In the quiet solitude of her internal world, Elara experienced visions that transcended the veil of ordinary perception. In these dreams, the fog transformed into shifting images of a past that was neither linear nor easily understood. Vivid scenes intermingled with memories of laughter, sorrow, and inexplicable moments of fleeting beauty. The spectral haze revealed cryptic symbols and elusive messages, each carrying the weight of prophecies yet to be fulfilled. The visions painted a mosaic of time that was fragmented, with moments of despair and hope colliding in a kaleidoscope of emotions. Amid this surreal tapestry of recollection and foresight, her inner sanctum resonated with the persistent echo of an enigmatic destiny. A duality stirred within her, the struggle between surrendering to the ominous lure of the mist and seizing the promise of transformation. Every vision bore a piece of an intricate puzzle, every image, an invitation to confront the mysteries that haunted her. The boundaries between memory and foresight blurred, giving way to a profound understanding that the world was governed by forces far beyond the constraints of human reckoning. This inner turmoil, both terrifying and exhilarating, ignited in her a determination to embrace the unknown. With a quietly resolute heart, she prepared to unearth the secrets locked within her mysterious communion with the fog. The visions surged like a restless tide, filling her with both dread and a fierce yearning for answers. Each shimmering image beckoned her deeper into realms of mystery that defied all logic. A turning point arrived as converging threads of destiny wove a tapestry of revelation and impending transformation. In the heart of Oakhaven, as the spectral fog gathered with renewed intensity, Elara found herself standing at the crossroads between the known and the unfathomable. In that fleeting moment, every echo of ancient prophecy and every haunting whisper of the mist aligned, revealing her as a vessel for a force both beautiful and terrible. The relentless mist seemed to pulse in time with her own heartbeat, a symphony of life that merged the corporeal with the ethereal. The once distant legends now surged into reality, their cryptic warnings manifesting in the very air around her. A deep inner courage awakened as she recognized that her perceived curse was, in truth, a unique power, a confluence of vulnerability and hidden strength. In the interplay of light and shadow, of hope and despair, the air shimmered with possibility. As the world around her trembled with the collision of supernatural destiny and human determination, Elara's presence radiated an aura of resolute acceptance. It was in this charged moment that she embraced the inevitable, understanding that her journey was inseparable from the fate of both the town and the living mist that animated it. The fabric of her life, interlaced with spectral threads, now pulsed with the vibrant promise of change. In that monumental juncture, time itself seemed to hold its breath. The merging of destiny and desire ignited a new chapter, a promise of resurrection amid unfathomable darkness. Her soul soared eternally. In the final act of this unfolding saga, the town of Oakhaven and its chosen messenger converged in a moment of surreal synthesis. The relentless fog, now a living enigma, wove itself into every facet of existence, blurring the lines between nightmare and reality. As ancient secrets, whispered in the language of stone and mist, stirred from slumber, the future of the community hung in an ethereal balance. Elara, transformed by her communion with the spectral force, became both harbinger and guardian of a legacy that defied the simple confines of mortal existence. The world around her shimmered with the promise of transformation, even as shadows merged with light in a delicate dance of fate and resilience. Every tremor in the earth and every sigh in the air bore witness to a renewed narrative, one that embraced both sorrow and redemption. In that charged atmosphere, where every heartbeat resonated with the rhythm of ancient prophecies, the ultimate truth began to emerge. That existence itself was a tapestry woven from threads of mystery, sacrifice, and hope. The tale of the girl in the mist stood as a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who dare confront their deepest fears, finding strength in the very forces that threatened to consume them. The journey was far from over, yet a new chapter had already been written in the annals of destiny. As dusk embraced the horizon, the legacy of fog and fate continued to evolve, leaving behind whispers of tomorrow's promise. A mystery forever in motion, eternally.